You're watching IGN Live at Gamescom. I'm Daemon, that's Brian, this is Danny from IGN Israel, that's Daniel from IGN Japan, and that is Gamescom right behind us. Now, PlayStation isn't officially out there on the show floor this year, but that did not stop the company from announcing a bunch of PlayStation 5 hardware news here, starting with the reveal of a brand new PlayStation DualSense Edge controller. Now, this is PlayStation's answer to the Xbox Elite controller. It's a higher-end, premium alternative to the stock DualSense controller that comes with your PS5. Let's talk about what this thing can do. Who has an Xbox Elite controller? I know Brian does.
Yes,
yeah,
I love it.
Yes. What are you sort of expecting out of the PlayStation 5 answer to that?
Well, I practically think it's going to have the same features, extra buttons and stuff, but I really want to see it to have even more. I mean, even okay, the best thing about the DualSense is that you have the haptic feedback and you have the adaptive triggers. So hopefully we're going to have another adaptive triggers, because this is something you don't have in Xbox. So basically upgrading your experience with the DualSense that will make all of your senses go wild, especially for shooter gamers.
I was going to say, I really like that aspect of it. Like the base version of the controller is already starting with the haptic stuff, which is amazing.
Exactly.
But this is going to have, swappable sticks, the back paddles, all that fun stuff. It's going to have multiple controller profiles, which is really cool. So when you're hopping from kind of game to game, different layouts and stuff like that, you'll be able to map them all. I love the DualSense already, so building like a higher end version of it that is a lot more customizable is exactly
mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want. Like they even took the thing where they're like the case charges the controller itself.
Yeah,
it's got that like braided USB-C, all that fun stuff. So
I love it.
Yeah, you're into this, right?
Yes, so I have. I am somebody who very much defaults to the default controller.
Right.
I like them, and I think this time the DualSense, especially, is a really big upgrade over the previous controller for the PS4, which I really love. I also really like the Xbox controller, and I have kind of no complaints with them. I do have on a Steam Deck or on my Switch, I have the Hori controllers, which they have back paddles and stuff, but I find myself not really using them that much, and enjoying the custom layouts.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of change to lay down for.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm not sure the Edge controller is for me. I kind of think these controllers are really intended for really competitive players, and I'm mostly a single player gamer. But Brian, you have an Elite controller, and I think we have similar tastes in games.
Yeah, we both play a lot of single player games. I'm not a competitive player at all. I'm terrible at esports and all those fun things. But what I really love about the sticks on the Xbox, is like the right stick on my Elite is just a little bit taller than the left one, and that's because I just played with a bunch, and I was like, that actually feels comfy. And I started mapping buttons to the back paddles and stuff like that. The DualSense Edge specifically has different caps for your analog sticks. So they're just like, it's kind of like the dome, the half dome, little like, when you ever like on Steam Deck, right? When you're touching those sticks and they kind of move in a little bit, they're really comfy, but also maybe somebody wants something that's kind of concave over convex, you'll have that option here. I think what's interesting with the DualSense Edge is that you'll have to buy those sticks separately. The caps come included, so the analog tops basically, but the sticks themselves will be additional purchases, which I'm not entirely wild about. I hope that's something they change before they announce the price and release date and all that fun stuff. So.
And hopefully it will come in colors. This is all I can think about, because then you can actually design your controller to be crazy.
I think on Xbox you have you can customize your controller and build your own controller, right? And I don't know why it would be awesome if you could do that with an Elite style or Edge style controller.
You can. Yeah, it's interesting. That would probably be like a small edge of the market. No pun intended.
The other big hardware initiative that's coming to PlayStation 5 is PSVR 2.
Right.
Yes.
It's coming next year, but we still don't have an exact release date. We still don't have a price. Lots of question marks on this one. The original PSVR has its fans and its supporters, but I think the attach rate for the PS4 was only about 5%.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, several years later, the MetaQuest 2 has been a huge success, but of course it's it's probably cheaper than what we're expecting PSVR 2 is going to cost, and it doesn't require any PC. It's wireless,
Yeah.
So it's just like, what is Sony expecting, I wonder, for PSVR 2?
I think they're coming at this one at a significant advantage than they had the last time around. And they had a good advantage last time, which was they were one of the only consumer-ready VR market, or headsets in the market. There wasn't really an Oculus to compete with at the time, but also they launched it with Move controllers, which were already like a decade old at the time. This one is going up against higher-end PC stuff. It's only got one cable. There's a lot we don't know about, like whether it'll use your backwards compatible library, whether you can plug it into your PC and play things there. But I think they're going for like a premium market here, and they're going to make a kick-ass, really strong headset. And they've got a bunch of games coming for it too, which is cool.
Daniel, how are you feeling about PSVR 2?
Yeah. So after the spaghetti mess of the previous
Yes.
headsets,
The snakes.
cords,
So many cables.
I appreciate the one cable, but having used the Quest with the no cables, oh my god, it feels great. Yeah, I think it's the premium VR experience though. It feels better. It's less likely to make you feel unwell for one thing. You can have all kinds of deeper, richer game experiences, and so I think if they can really put in some good games that really take advantage of it and it feels good, then bring it on.
It always comes back to the games.
It always does.
We obviously still have lots of questions. Suffice to say, we're still very excited for those 2 big new PlayStation hardware announcements that have already come out of Gamescom. There's still tons more ahead, though. Keep watching IGN Live at Gamescom for more.